What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be talking about how to get rid of your shame. In this life, the unfortunate part is we're never going to be able to completely get rid of those things that we're ashamed of, but there are ways we can definitely cut down on it. There are ways we can definitely get a lot more confident and have a lot less baggage when we're talking to people and being in relationships and interactions. So basically the way to do it is take a story, any story that you can, that is the most embarrassing story about yourself that you can think of. I'm talking the story that when you think about it, it really just makes you cringe and you want to close your eyes or scream or curl up into a ball. Those are the types of stories that I want you to think about. All right, did we got one? Cool. All right. Now, I'm going to give you an example of one of my stories is, and I'll kind of tell it to you, and you'll see kind of how I rewire it or tell it in a different way where I'm the hero of this story, I'm a total badass, and how it makes it better. It's not hiding, it's still the truth, but it's a different side of the truth. You're not making up anything, it's just a different way of looking at it, and that's how a confident person looks at his life and does the things that he does. So my story is basically when I was in college, I really wanted to, I wanted to be one of the cool kids. I was doing physics, I was playing soccer, didn't really have very many friends, but I wanted to get at hot girls, so I thought the best thing to do would be to join a fraternity. So I did a little bit of research online, found the best fraternity, and I rushed it in winter, talked to a few of the guys, things went pretty well, I thought, didn't get a bid. Went back the next year, rushed it again, the same fraternity. And I'm walking around and, I thought things were going well at first, but then on one of the last days, I see kind of people laughing at me and kind of staring or looking away. And it just got pretty uncomfortable. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on. And then eventually one of the guys who's head of the fraternity comes up to me and he says, "Hey, listen, man, the things aren't working out. You're just not, none of the guys like you, and I think it's best that you leave." And so I didn't know what to do. I didn't really have that many friends at the time. I thought I was cool with some of those guys in there, but I guess they didn't like me. So just being completely rejected by a large group of people that I, wanted to be accepted by, and going back to not really having any friends was pretty tough on me, and I didn't know what to do at the time, so I just kind of shook his hand and went my separate way. Okay, obviously, when I tell that story, it sounds pretty fucking pathetic. That's why I don't think about it and tell it in that way anymore. The way I tell it now is I was like, look, I was kind of a hot-headed kid when I was in college. Very true. I didn't like taking shit from people. Very true. I also didn't like taking orders from people or fitting in. When a lot of the people in a group do something, I kind of like to do something different. When everybody's wearing blue shirts, I like to wear a red shirt. I'm that kind of person. And when I walked into this fraternity, just talking to a few of the guys and getting along with them, it didn't seem like we gelled that well. And which, looking back on it, we really didn't. I wasn't good at following rules, and when I heard about the whole process to get in, the fact that how much money we had to pay, the hazing process, I was hating on it. I was like, that's fucking stupid. You have to do all this shit, and then you have to pay for friends? Like, it sounded ridiculous to me. So eventually, obviously things didn't work out. I wasn't going to fit in the cardboard box that they wanted me to be in. They wanted a guy to follow all the rules. They wanted a guy who was going to not complain and just be a bitch for 3 months just so he could pay for his own friends later. That wasn't for me. It works for a lot of other guys, but it didn't work for me. Okay? So do you see how I told that story in a different way? In this type of story, it was like I didn't fit in with those types of people because of X, Y, Z reason. And obviously, that's the way a more confident person comes at it. He doesn't come from it from the standpoint of, oh, I'm a loser, like I wasn't good enough. Dude, my personality is different, but it's not that different. Like, I definitely worked out really well being by myself, and not being part of a fraternity, being a GDI. GDI is goddamn independent. I found tons of other friends who were GDIs as well. We all went out. We all had an awesome time together in college, and that's kind of how I rule my life now. And to be honest with you, I'm friends with a lot of those people that were in the fraternity at the time. We're cool. We go out together, and I get more girls than they do. So that's kind of how it worked out. That's the way you want to tell these stories. That's the way you want to think about it, because which story is the truth? It's however you choose to perceive it. And a confident person, a person that doesn't have baggage, looks at the side of the truth that puts them in a more positive light, that makes them the hero, because a hero's journey is all full of struggle. A hero's journey is all full of those things that, we don't want to face, but we do have to face them. And it's the way you handle them, the way you come out from them, that makes you into the person that you are. So next time you're thinking about an embarrassing or awkward story, put it in a different light and be the hero. All right, thanks you guys, and let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what you think of this channel. Any way I could change it, let me know, and good luck out there.